Ah, there you are. Well, what? I envy you. You're about to experience for the first time the skill. There will be pain as well, but I imagine it will be almost worth it.
Stone Immortal! I need healing. Staff! Spirit me!
Your const... Percival, the towel. Ah! That was a fine display of skill.
It was a fair fight, Sir Roderick, within the rules you specified.
Yes, old boy, you've got it right. I was really sat down, I believe. Like the fall of the old bridge across the Grand. My humours are in disarray, I tell you. I suppose I should have seen it coming. Your win in the debate was a sure sign. I do believe I have underestimated the lot of you. Regardless, you have beaten me. That's a point of honour I cannot deny. Well, there's no other thing for it. Intended or not, you've earned a reward from me. The unsuccessful combatant in a duel must arrange a worthy gift for the victor. I wouldn't be much of an ambassador for my country if I didn't abide by its customs. The Duchess of Almsbottom's rules of engagement are quite clear on this matter. Mirabelle is yours. Treat her well. She's a finicky lady. Right, Percival, off my travelling trousers. We will darken this garden no more.
A well-fought victory against that outlander buffoon. You showed that he could not best us in battle, mentally or physically. We are all in your debt, but the Ministry of Culture is particularly so. Please take this token sum of silver as payment. You certainly earned it. Your service is appreciated. If only there were more like you in the Empire.
The contest is over and...
He may not know he is the center of a joke, but that does not decrease my enjoyment.
I'm sorry, I can't speak with you now. It would be unwise for me to associate with someone of your affiliations.
Well, stranger, you have some spirit to you. You fight like a demon. Those poor lost souls didn't stand a chance against you. I could use the skills of a woman like you. Normally, I don't think much of a woman in my line of work, but I think you can help me with a problem I've been having. My name is Shen. I'm the first gravedigger here. It's my job to look over the necropolis and make sure all the peaceful souls are laid to rest. I've got to dig the holes, fill them, and balance the books and everything. Nice, proper burials. But now, with all these ghosts rising again, I've got problems. No one seems to want to stay dead, and I can't go refunding all the burial money to all the families of the ghosts now. I can't afford it. So, I just want you to do a little job for me. Nothing hard. Just put the ghosts back where they belong. Quiet them down a bit. Well, there'll be a little bit in it for you as well, don't worry. Can't have you going away empty-handed now, can we? So, what do you say? Trouble? Well, they've always been trouble. Every few years, one would act up and we'd have to have some monks come by and put them down. But now they're coming up all over the place. The last few years they've been becoming more and more common, and more of a problem as well. Especially for me. They don't take too kindly when I try to, tidy up their coffins and things. But it also means I can't use those areas of the necropolis. It's too dangerous now. So, you interested? Great! Now those ghosts will know who's boss around here. They just bring themselves back up as fast as I can put them in. I'll give you a reward for any ghosts you take care of. You can make good money that way. There are 3 main ghosts to deal with. Miss Chan, Merchant Bai, and Mr. Ren. I'll give you a reward for each, of course. I know a bit about them, but not that much. If you need a little something to give you an extra edge, I'm sure I can part with some trinkets I've found. I mean, it's not like they'll need them anymore. What about them? Ah, Miss Chan. A tragedy, really, and one that happens all too often. It's always the pretty ones who go. She died in childbirth, and the baby died with her. Her family put her in the family plot along with her son. She came up again recently, looking for revenge on me. She seems to think that I killed her baby, or took it, or something. Maybe she saw me take away the body, but she won't believe me. Every time I go near, she tries to kill me. That's valuable retail space over there. Her baby? Not much. It's in one of the plots there, I'm sure. You can find it if you look. It was a long time ago. I don't even remember what its name was. But it was short, I know that. Definitely less than 3 words. But, sorry, that's really all I remember. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts? Ah, that one. He's mad, I tell you. Mad with fear, though, of what I have no idea. You'd think he'd be grateful, considering what's gone on here. He was murdered in an alleyway. Happens a lot in the poorer districts. They eventually caught his murderers and they were beheaded. I know. I put them in the ground myself, dead as can be. You'd think he'd be grateful with them dead and gone, but up he comes the very next day, screaming his head off. He's driving the customers away. Well, see if you can't do something about him quick. I'm too spooked to go in that area anymore. I need those plots to honor some ancestors. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts? He was buried by his wife a short while ago. I don't know what killed him. The family wouldn't talk about it. But his face was bloated like you wouldn't believe. His wife's still around, though. She won't visit since he came up. Every time she gets near, he starts screaming incoherently, and he's out of it for days. Nothing near him is safe. His wife, she's still around in town, I think. She lives down in the market district near the entrance to the Black Leopard School. Why would you want to see her, though? She's already buried him. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts? Oh, well, if you do find one, put it back in the ground. That's when you'll get your money. Is there anything else? Well, you know, a few things here and there. They just sort of fall into my hands. They don't need them anymore, eh? Eh? Well, it's not like they need any of that anymore. Feel some compassion for them, do you? Maybe you don't have what it takes to do my job. Then you're no better than me. We both just do... Is there anything else you want? If you need to find me again, I'll be at my... Help! One of those damn spirits came up right in my backyard. The stupid thing won't let anyone get by. It's got my tools and everything. Just kill the damn thing. Yeah, I guess you could say that. She was my mother-in-law. Never once in her life did she say a kind word to me, and now she tried to keep at me even in death. You got what you deserved! Do you hear me? You deserved it! But any good job deserves a reward, of course. Here you go. She had some nice things in her grave, too. Since she's gone, I guess she won't be keeping me from them anymore. It's not a robbery. We're family. I'm just taking it back. Besides, she doesn't need it anymore, and I do. Now, go and find those ghosts I told you about. Can't get a good day's work done with them still around.
Start paralyzing power. Stop spirit. Legendary strike.
I'll have her! That cheating, lying sow! Sullying the Ren name and dragging it in the dirt like this! Putting me in the dirt! Ren Fang, if I ever get my claws on you, I'll leave you a stinking, bloated corpse! You've heard of me? What do you know? What do you want here? I have no time for idiots who only want to rob my grave. I exist only for revenge. Revenge on my wife, who after so much talk of faithfulness and love, decided she would be better off without me. She killed me! Poisoned me in my own house. When I find her... How can I let the past go when my very reason for existing in this world still is her? She was everything to me in life, and is so in death as well. Find her. Bring her to me. Let me kill her and draw the last agonizing breaths from her body, and you will have my eternal gratitude. Most likely, she's still at our old home. It's in the market district near the entrance to the Black Leopard School. Find her and bring her to me.
Spirit Beam. Legendary Strike. Spirit.
Don't worry, Songtao. I'm doing everything I can to prove you're innocent.
Hello there.
So, you've thrown your lot in with those damn...
Junda, don't go judging our potential customers, especially based on root.
That was different. He looked like he might cause some trouble if I didn't offer him something. So, you buying any buns then? Yes, yes, more questions. Are you sure I couldn't interest you in a bun? Go.
Don't mind him. He just...
Why would the governor want to accuse you of doing? Good day, miss. Are you the new investigator I sent for? No, I can tell from your attire that everyone I send for disappears. There are powers at work here that are beyond my... I am Prefect Jitong. It is my duty to ensure that convicted criminals in the city are sentenced appropriately. But there are complications with my current trial. I have in my custody a suspected slave trader, Chandler Ling. But one of the high-ranking ministers is trying to get him released, and he wants me to convict another man. The man they want to accuse, Scholar Sun Tao, is a friend of mine, and I'm certain of his innocence. I need you to find proof so I can present it to the Minister of Justice. So, you'll help me? That's wonderful. All I need, really, is proof. Proof that Ling is indeed involved with the slave traders. If I can't prove Ling's guilt, I'll be forced to sentence Song Tao to death. But every time I ask someone to discover the truth, they disappear or turn up dead. Our best lead is Zibao, the last person known to have spoken with Ling before his arrest. But Bao knows me and my men. He won't talk to us. Chandler Ling is a well-respected businessman and merchant here in the city. Until recently, I had no reason to suspect him of any wrongdoing. When I investigated Ling's shop, I found a valuable knife that I had purposely entrusted to one of my men, a man who has since disappeared. Chandler Ling had a knife belonging to a man whose body couldn't be found. That was all the evidence I required. I have no idea. The two men were seen together before we arrested Ling, but I have no other information about Zibao. He spends most of his time in the heart of the Empire Tavern, and he doesn't seem to have dealings with anyone else besides Chandler Ling. I know if I went to speak with him, I would get nowhere, but you could speak to him without raising suspicion. Good. Look for him in the heart of the Empire Tavern. It's upstairs at the Imperial Arena. Don't scare him away. If we lose him, we lose our last connection to Ling.
Guilty or innocent, who cares? Hang them all, and we'll drink to their deaths.
Yes. Is there something I can do for you? Yes. Yes, I am. How do you know my name? Have we met? It should never have happened. I was preparing dinner for him, as I normally did, but it burned, so I went and bought some food already prepared. It was the salmon. I knew it smelled odd when I bought it, but the price was right, and I needed it in a hurry, and I'm so ashamed. Yes, it is. No matter what you say, I will live the rest of my life with this guilt. But what pains me more is that his spirit cannot rest. I have tried to visit his grave, but his madness knows no bounds. He seeks to drive me away at all costs. I think he might even try to kill me. He never listens to me. He doesn't give me a chance, but maybe if you were there with me. Could you be there with me? If you believe me, he might listen. Yes, if we went together, he might listen. Can we go now then, to see him?
You're back to gloat over this victory of yours, Harpy? Causing my torment and death, is that satisfying to you? You expect me to listen to stories like that? She's been corrupting your mind with them, I think.
No, you don't understand. This was all an accident. It was the fish, the salmon. It was bad. You died because it poisoned you.
The fish? I died from a fish? You expect me to believe such a stupid excuse? How can you be so certain? How can you believe her after you know what she's done to me?
Because she believes me. She has seen me at our home mourning for you still. Not a day has gone by where I didn't cry over your death. It almost makes me wish you'd have your wish, just so I could be with you again.
Feng, you really do care. Then all this time, my cursing, it was wrong. You killed me, but I see now in those eyes I fell in love with that you didn't mean to and that it pains you greatly. I forgive you, Feng.
Thank you for what you have done, for both of us. In time, I hope I can repay you your kindness.
Legendary strike. Spirit. Still more. Legendary strike.
Why can't I die in peace? You, what do you want? Have you come to torture me more? Have you come to see me suffer here unavenged? No one cries for Merchant Bai. You know of me? You've heard about the pains I suffered in life, and this continued torment I have to endure in death? You can understand? You don't run in terror like the rest. Instead, you talk to me. Perhaps you can help. I was a merchant in life. Not a rich one, but I made enough to survive. I sold mostly to the poorer sections of the city. My goods weren't the finest, but they were practical. At the time, there were a pair of brothers, Seet Su and Si Ran, who were the terror of the streets. They extorted money and goods from everyone. They tried to extort from me. When I wouldn't give them what they wanted, they decided to make an example of me. They killed me and mutilated me, and left me dead in that alley. They terrorized the city for weeks after that, but they were finally run down. That might have been where it ended, just as done, but it wasn't. They were buried here, with me. Their deaths, execution by beheading, were harsh enough that they have risen again. My spirit cannot rest quiet with them here. Even now in death, they mock me and torment me as they did in my final moments of life. They drive me mad. Yes, yes! If my killers are at least removed from this world, their spirits will no longer torment me. You must find a way to defeat them and drive them from this place. They were common criminals, so they were not given a normal burial. They were dumped in a communal grave underground to the south. I'm sure you can find them. Thank you, stranger. If you can truly help me, if you do, I'll show you something that even Shen hasn't found yet.
Where is my baby? My baby, please, where is he? Where has Shen taken him? Yes. If you know me, then you must know the pain I feel. My baby! That monster Shen has taken him from me. He was only a few moments old when that vile man took him from me, ripped him from my arms and carried him away. Please find my baby. Bring him back to me. Let me know how he's doing. Please. You have to help me find him. Shen must know where he is. That abominable little man took him from me. Kill him. Torture him. Whatever you need. Just find my baby. Find that hideous little man and bring the truth out of him however you can.
Yeah!
The grave-digging business sure is a killer. What do you need? What a... Good riddance. Hells, it was probably his old lady that offed him in the first place, and for good... Here's the reward I promised you. Now, if you find any more, remember, I'll pay good money for you to put them back down again. So get out there and get some ghosts. Venerated ancestors. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts? She died in childbirth, and the baby died with her. Her she seems to think that I killed her baby, or took it, or something. Maybe she saw me take away... That's valuable retail space over... Her baby? Not much. It's in one of the plots there. I'm sure you can find it if you look. But it was... Anything else? Oh, well, if... Is there anything... What?
Legendary strike. Stone immortal. Legendary strike. Spirit. Horrendous nail.
Look who has come to see us. A mortal, then? Shall we feast, brother?
Yes. I've always wanted to taste a woman like this. Such fine quality. Her screams will mean so much to me.
Legendary strike. Spirit me. Legendary strike. Stone immortal. You can't.
Have you managed to defeat them at last? Thank you, thank you. I feel as if a great weight has been lifted from my spirit. Here, let me show you this. Something Shen hasn't found yet. I hope you use it well, and thank you.
dancing pretty lights. There's fire in the air and fire inside. They scream like music. You'll scream like a demon when fading moon puts the light inside of you. There's more than that on my head. There's a crown of flame that burns all the time, even when it gets tighter. You'll scream like those maggot people leeching off the Empire until they burn.
Stab!
That was Zoo up there, wasn't it? Maybe we will get lucky, and he'll set the whole place on us. Might not be the best one to be in, but it will be grand to see.
No, no, we can't allow that to happen. It would be too much to bear. But this poor wretch isn't much good either. No, not at all. But what else is there? What else is there? Work, damn you, work! Huh? What do you want? You can't have me, corpse. Not yet. You're not dead. I'm sorry, I just panicked. I thought you were some spirit here for revenge. Ah, well, my work, you see, while very important, may upset some of those spirits not fully at peace. I am conducting my research. I am a doctor by trade, studying the internals of the body and the energies that drive it. But lately, I have come on hard times. My daughter, Wen Siwei, has fallen ill, and nothing in my previous training could help me with what ails her. Her liver has been rotted from within, corrupted by some energy I have never encountered before. I don't know what it is, but it has prevented her liver from functioning. Now her body no longer responds. I fear she is dying. I could not stand the possibility of her loss, so I took matters into my own hands. I researched the workings of the body and the spirit, as well as the lore of the creatures that live beyond death. I believe I have found a way to save my daughter, but I have not been successful in my efforts. I have found a way to strengthen, no, to replace the corrupt flesh of one living creature with that of another. Through the energies of the earth and by the divine will of heaven, her body can be made to accept the organ as if it were a part of her. She can be given a new life. But these cursed, wretched corpses do nothing for me. They are too old, too dead. Their organs are rotted beyond repair, even the ones recently buried. I need something else, something more. Either one that is perfectly preserved or one that is fresh. Her time is drawing near. If I cannot get a new organ for her soon, I fear it may be too late. I'm not taking the liver from someone who needs it. My daughter is alive and needs the organ to stay that way. It is my duty as a father to protect her no matter what. And what do the dead care anyway? They cast off their flesh long ago. I need a liver that has been perfectly preserved. Even a short time after death, the flesh begins to decay. Only a few rare bodies are truly well preserved. I have tried all the organs I could find, but none work. A nobleman here, Jade, had his body preserved well enough and buried in this graveyard, but his corpse has moved. Thank you. Whatever I can give you in reward, I will. Please hurry. The nobleman was buried in one of the larger tower tombs closer to the entrance. I tried to enter, but his corpse had risen, covered in the protective wrappings he was buried in. I would not have survived. Please, get the liver from him quickly.
Legendary strike. Legendary strike.
There! The ghosts are just beyond the... I was just thinking the same thing. I don't want to get any closer to those things. The artifact is supposed to be in the room at the end of the tomb. Once you're there...
Legendary strike. I shot. You stab. Legendary strike. Legendary strike. Heavenly wave. Legendary strike. Legendary strike. Legendary strike. Paralyzing palm. Legendary strike. Your end is near. Paralyzing palm. Legendary strike. Legendary strike. Paralyzing palm. Legendary strike. Stab. Heavenly wave. Stun. Legendary strike. You can't match me. I am restored.
There's... All right, I'll wait here.
Kukun Asul.
Legendary strike. Legendary strike.
That's it. I've got it. Now let's get out of here before... What's that? Did you hear that? Getting out of here is going to be harder than getting in, I think.
strike. Staff.
Hurry! Kill them all before they kill us!
Staff. Paralyzing palm. Legendary strike. Ice shot. Staff. Paralyzing palm. Legendary strike. My pieces will end. Heavenly wave. Legendary strike. Legendary strike. Paralyzing palm. Staff. Paralyzing You left. Legendary strike. Legendary strike.
I can't believe we made it out of there alive. You're an amazing fighter. I wonder why Purveyor Shuji wants this bowl so badly. It looks so ordinary, except for maybe this writing. Doesn't make any sense. Conductor, cog, and a bit of iron. Don't play with the tiger. Whatever that means. I can't imagine how it could be interesting, but I'm glad you think so. Thank you again for helping me. Purveyor Shuji is waiting, so I should be going. Goodbye.
tried to take from me, and they died. I feasted on their souls. Such is the evil I was in life, and am again in death. The underworld has no place for me. Jade lives. I am evil incarnate, a man so vicious and vile that the spirits deemed me unfit to pass into death and cursed me into this wretched form. Jade lives indeed. Now I feed on the flesh and souls of the living in payment for my vanity. My perfect body is a testament to my crimes. My very touch spreads my corruption. A chance to repent. Can it be that after all this time, after years of living death, I am given this one chance to make something right? What is this chance you speak of, mortal? What is this false hope you dangle before me? A girl. After so long, a girl. But I'm a vile and corrupt being, forever damned by the life I led, set here in this wretched form to walk forever. Redemption for one such as me? I think not. My life was spent in greed and vanity and corruption. Even in death, I sought to preserve my perfect form. For one whose madness and evil progress even into death? No, there is no hope for me. None at all. And you stand here mocking me for it? Ah, the temptation, yes. So much logic, so much philosophy. But who knows what the heavens will truly decide in the end? But for the chance, and it is a girl, so young, I can taste her pain and suffering lingering about you, so like my own. The blood is thick in my veins. A solid mass where fluid used to flow, now dried and brittle. But the heart still stirs, and it can be moved, though tears no longer flow. My life has been wasted on my own sins, and in death, I have nothing except them. This young thing, this girl, she still deserves life. If my end means this girl lives, then may the heavens look kindly upon me, even though I know they won't. If damnation is my fate, then let it be worth something in the end. Take what you need, mortal.
No, 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 it... Oh, you... Have you managed to find some way to help me? You do? Thank you, thank you. Yes. It looks like it's been preserved well enough. I am amazed that you managed to get this intact. Now I must begin quickly. Her life energy is fading fast. It looks like the operation has worked. She should be safe now. Her breathing has slowed and her heart rate is returning to normal levels. It will be some time before she can stand on her own again. But I'm certain she will make it. Not here, though. Not in this place of death. Thank you, stranger, for what you have done for me. As I promised, I will give you all that I have left. Everything else was spent in pursuit of this dream. I must take her to a place where she can heal. You have my eternal gratitude for what you have done.
Thank you for what you have done. I have been redeemed in my own eyes and in the eyes of heaven. Peace indeed can come to any soul.
Legendary strike. My piece is your end.
I can't believe anything you say. Words lie. People lie. If your lies are true, then Shen, that murdering monster, would have buried him here. All my family is here. But my family would have named him after I passed beyond. Shen must know, or there must be... He was my darling child. My only son. I remember there was an aunt. Please! Have you found... Are you sure? I cannot read. Which one is he? This... You... This is him! My poor darling. Shan, too. He is truly dead after all. I could not bring myself to believe it. Dead before his time. He rests here near my own body. My darling, darling boy. I come to you now.
Legendary strike.
The grave-digging business sure is... What? What? Well, that's a relief. Can't have her going off and trying to rip out my eyes or something every time I go around there. I need those eyes. Here's the reward I promised you. Now, if you find any more, remember, I'll pay good money for you to put them back down again. So get out there and get some ghosts. Venerated ancestors. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts? Well, that makes things easier on me for sure. Now I can start selling those old plots again. Next time I'll just throw the bones in the river and be done with it. Here's the reward I promised you. You know, you've done a lot of good here in the necropolis. You've managed to clear out pretty much all of the really troublesome spirits here. One spirit didn't stay here at all, though. Took up his body and left. Moved in with his son, I heard, and the son isn't pleased. He even asked me for a refund. Now that was an expensive burial. I can't give refunds like that. It's bad for business, too, having my customers getting up and walking away. That's where you come in. I need you to go to the Tanners in the city core and put his father back in his grave once and for all. It's Tanner Fong. There'll be an extra big reward for that one. Is there anything else you need right now? Well, you know where to...
again for all your help. My mom and I are very grateful for all you've done.
My grandfather fought in here.
Sipa sair ki unir, Kwanur Shinroni Sipa. O sair uyukap tantarundano, wo tarwair shafir owo. O sair uyukap tantarundano, wo tarwair shafir owo. O sair uyukap tantarundano, wo tarwair shafir owo.
O son ponuno, yapapat nasi ay wir sair wuth. Sair yagawak, kokonato siri panoniniku. Wotowir ukawana ir usowanata hoki. Niato wononapadi irovir. O no yui wa kitsu so iroku wa shuosi. O kia whakarea ni o koristoipa. I kirnik tine piru o iferek uok son puno. Ni ato o nanapadi irovir. Koni uok nawata ir. Wo anania everywhere ook sonorok noga ook snapir. Konir fuk no sankud na no wana napir. Isana yoyo. Tasi tintu. Fonye wo wosi ye wo tahufu. Ikirnik tine piru wo iferek ook son puno.
Wo apaweer sun urk vonir ook. Oeksier sa fiet kup wo sarkir. Usosier uthak taraweir, shathir owosu.
Niato wo nanapadi irovir. Koni ook nawata ir.
Ak nukwair tu ak ifruir, nuk apifu tatuir kwair fenurt.
O kia whakarea ni o koristoipa.
Koni akanatir, ud kwair washun. Ok yoir rufir ni sair shenefushpa, sair renkipa, sair thinopi wuwuth, u sair wansan. Ak wiwo ofir, san kasowir wo siyutana.
O kirwir, no fantayana ukona ni pinatawa. Niato nanapadi irovir, koni ook nawata ir.
Wo apaweer sun urk vonir ook. Oeksier sa fiet kup wo sarkir.
Kwa air. Kier iyo nibu sahir pranti. Sahir yagawak, kokonato sihiri panoniniku.
Wosu warwair ni aksair tatasi.
Irkana, o nigasurir kwana no kasair iro.
Onu yuir napair, wo kwair shapshir fan onu yusair ikupan. Onu yusair, akanto kithir.
Tawe ir kawana ir sonir ipoki.
Wo kausoir no ka wowo tarwail shaxiero finupifu.
Irkana. Wo nikasuri kwana no kasa iriru.
Ah, it's you. I wanted the chance to thank you again for what you have done for my daughter. She can live a full and healthy life now, one a father can be proud of. I thank you once more. I hope the heavens look kindly on you and give you a fate to be proud of.
Wo kausoir no ka wowo ta...
I don't know why you're wasting your time. I'm obviously innocent, and yet... What's to tell? I'm a merchant and quite a good one. My clients are usually very happy with my goods. You likely haven't heard of me simply because I have a very elite clientele. The average person on the street cannot afford the items I sell. Other than my occupation, I suspect we are very much the same, you and I, though I happen to be a little more restricted than you at the moment. In a given day, I meet with several buyers and probably twice as many sellers. There are always more sellers than buyers. My job is to determine whether something is worth buying, not whether the seller is worth buying from. If I see a bargain, I don't care who the seller is. Suffice to say, those items could be from any number of sellers. I don't recall who sold them to me, but that certainly doesn't make me guilty of slave trading. I can honestly say I had never met or heard of the man until he was arrested. He's obviously not wealthy enough to be one of my clients. Apparently, he spends a good deal of time with the poorer folk in the city. No doubt that's why he is under suspicion. Doesn't strike you as a bit odd? A scholar with all the benefits that position entails, choosing to spend time with the poor people. It does seem a little suspicious. Doing? I wasn't doing anything more than I usually do in a day's work. I was selling my wares to a few of my preferred clients. Prefect Jitong was one of them. The next thing I know, guards confiscate my goods and tell me I'm suspected of slave trading. It was likely the most ludicrous thing I've ever been told. Of course, the prefect claims that some of my items belong to his missing men, but that doesn't mean I took the items from their lifeless bodies. No more than you've heard for yourself, I'm sure. They are a myth, a rumor, really. Nobody has ever seen them, and nobody has any proof they exist. And yet, there is still a belief that they exist. Madmen terrorizing the poor and abducting the helpless. It all seems very superstitious. Abducting a person isn't like picking someone's pocket, you know. There would be evidence, signs of a struggle. But people will believe what they want to. Of course. Do what you need to. If you discover anything...
So, you think you can free me? Prefect Jitong has sent many good men to their deaths trying to free me. I hope you won't get into similar trouble. Well, that's what Jitong fears. I have no reason to doubt him. Besides, why else would the men not return and their belongings suddenly appear on the market?
Pure coincidence. It's not proof. It's purely circumstantial. Anyone will tell you that.
At any rate, it seems likely that's what has happened to the men. I feel terrible for them, but I have my own problems to deal with, as you can see. I am a scholar, though still a junior scholar by most regards. I assist the philosophers and scholars with their work. It's a good life, though I can't help feeling guilty sometimes. The scholars and philosophers have many privileges, while so many live with so little. I spend my spare time in the poor quarters, helping where I can. If I have any extra money, I use it to help the people there. It's not much, but I like to think it helps. I don't know. I was just down in the poor quarters helping a family with some repairs on their hut. I was leaving their house when the guards came for me. They told me I was suspected of abducting people from the poor quarters. I told them it was ridiculous, that I only wanted to help the poor, but they didn't listen. I admit I spend time in the poor quarters, but I don't try to hide it. I'm there several times a week, in fact, usually in plain sight of everyone. Well, nothing really. I'd never heard of him before this. I heard what Jitong said about him, but that's about it. He seems decent enough, I suppose. Nothing. I've heard rumors in the past few months. The residents in the poor areas were getting worried, though I never knew anyone who disappeared. One of the girls I helped out in the poor area said her uncle had disappeared, but I never met him. She was devastated, of course, and she blamed the slavers. But it was all just speculation. No one had ever seen anyone being abducted. There wasn't even evidence of struggles or violence. I don't know what else to tell you. I understand. If there's anything that might help you find the slave traders, I will...
Hello again. I don't mean to sound impatient. All right, remember, Zibao is in the heart of the Empire Tavern in the Imperial Arena. I suggest you try to speak with him if you can. Good.
What do you want? Do I know you?
Really? Lots of people know me, so what? I'm a little busy right now. I've got a bowl of wine that needs drinking, so why don't you just find someone else to bother? Who? I don't know anybody by that. Leave me alone. I have nothing to... Look, you don't have to get that way. These guys are ruthless. I'm just looking out for myself. I hope they decide to kill you instead of me. I'll take you there now, but I can't promise you'll get a warm reception.
Zibao, what is the meaning of this? Summoning me to this place was bad enough. You know I can't stand the stench of these beasts. I've already dealt with the last shipment of slaves, and with that damned prefect poking into our affairs, we have to be extra cautious. Now, there's an unknown quantity in this little meeting. Just who are you? In the slave market, are you? Funny how I find that a bit suspicious, especially given that we've had run-ins with several of Prefect Shitong's investigators. Zibao was a fool to bring anyone here. We can't afford anyone nosing into our affairs right now, and you've heard too much. Get her, boys, but don't kill her. We'll get quite a bit of silver for this one.
Legendary staff!
Paralyzing palm. Staff. Paralyzing palm.
Legendary strike!
This has gone far enough. You're far better than the last dog who dared cross us. Maybe I was hasty in my decision to attack you. I have an eye for raw talent. That helps when picking slaves, but it comes in handy in sizing up potential allies. Who are you? Why are you here? You're clearly too skilled to be one of the fools hired by Prefect Shitong. So what business or grudge do you have with us? You're one of them, are you? Another fool like that scholar Song Tao, always thinking the poor are worth saving? You're better than that. You've just shown me your strength. Any poor wretch who had the discipline to fight like you wouldn't let themselves be enslaved. Someone like you deserves to work with me, not oppose me. I have a friend who could use your help, and I'm prepared to pay for it. If only I had a silver coin for every time I've heard that. Come.
Paralyzing palm. Staff. Paralyzing palm. You can't match me. Staff.
There you are. The governor sent Ho Chong, one of his lapdogs, to oversee the trial. He took you there? That's incredible. That's remarkable. Well, what did you find? Have you discovered evidence that exonerates Scholar Song Tao?
Ha! That doesn't prove a thing. Pieces of paper can be bought and sold just like anything. Just like anyone.
I'm afraid you're quite mistaken, Chandlerling. This proves a great many things, including your guilt. I never suspected the slavers were so well connected.
Let me see that. Well, this certainly looks interesting. I suppose Scholar Sung Tao can go free then. And you, Chandler Lake, will come with me for sentencing. It will be quick and harsh, I suspect. This sort of thing will not be tolerated in the Empire.
It's all a lie. You don't know what you're doing. You're all making a very big mistake.
Thank you. Thank you for risking yourself to help me. If there's anything I can do to repay you, please ask. You are too kind. I have no real way to repay you. However, I do have some items you might be interested in. They're not here, of course. Come and find me in the Scholars' Garden, and I will be glad to show you what I have. I'll see you there.
Always a pleasure. Yes, I heard that Fading Moon's arsons had ended. Excellent work. Burning the poor is troubling after a fashion, but the scholars and merchants, that was her mistake. Yes, yes, of course they do, and they shall have exactly as much protection as they can afford to contribute to the taxes. Here's the standard bounty. Accept it with the thanks of the Empire. Well, that brings an end to our pursuit of two fiends. A shame I don't have more work for someone with your skills. Of course. Thanks again for your help with those miscreants.
A great bounty hunter to have dealt with two cases in so little time. Your work is not done, though. There is another in this city with a price on her head. A richer price than those two. Her name is Aishi the Mournful Blade, and you can find her at the Black Leopard School. She is accused of most crimes, and several had to be invented to account for her actions. She is a terror upon the face of the Empire. Murder, theft, and worse, yet never a smile or a hint of revelry in what she did. That is why she is known as Aishi the Mournful Blade. Because I want you to know. My role in this matter is of no concern to you. I am simply an old man who sees a chance for some good to come from bad. When you reach her, you should ask her for her story.
out, out! Out, out, out! The dining hall is a mess, and I doubt you're here to help me clean.
My name is Aishi, the Mournful Blade. And if you are another hunter come to claim my head, I suggest you turn around and walk away. That one didn't listen to me. I hope you have more sense. I have a tale to finish. I see no need to tell it to anyone but myself. Stranger, if you continue to talk to me, I will stand up and face you. If that happens, our meeting will end with one of our deaths. So be it. You're not what I expected. Harmony surrounds you and flows out into the world as you pass. I have a story I would share willingly with you if you would hear it. Do you know anything of me? Anything of the terror that is Aishi, the Mournful Blade? In my years in this empire, I have been a wanted criminal, a bandit, a murderer, and worse. I have burned entire towns to the ground to avenge some petty dispute between lords and led men to slaughter peasants by the score for their meager possessions. It is all too easy to lose your conscience once you have denied it. I was not always like this, but I remember all too well how my descent began. My father died when I was still a girl. And with him gone, I felt no sense of direction. I had no other family to turn to, and so I was alone. I met a boy. He was a natural leader. He had drive and direction. I was in love. He used to enjoy tormenting the children of our village, and I thought it was all fun. Then, one day, He pushed a young boy into the river outside of town. It was fast-moving and would have swept the child away, but he managed to grab hold of a rock. Why, indeed. In the intervening years, I've come to believe that it was more than simple horseplay. There was a gleam in my young man's eye that I cannot forget. The child screamed for help. His cries were shrill with terror, for he could not swim. I moved to help him, but I felt a hand on my arm. The boy I loved turned to me and said, "If we help him, he'll only tell the others what we have done. We have to let him go." Something in his voice. I believed him. That poor child was swept away in the current and was found dead downriver days later. We never told anyone what we had done, but I could never forget. If we help him, he'll only tell the others what we've done. We have to let him go. Simple words, but they still echo in my head even now. Nights are worse. I can't sleep for the screams of that boy as he washed away. I still hear them to this day. Whether that moment was mine or not no longer matters. I've done far worse since, always hoping to forget what happened. As if the cries of others would drown out that child's. That is why I have come here now. I am tired of my life, but at least I have lived it. He deserved to live as I did, but has never felt a moment's remorse for his part in that day. If you came here because of the rich reward on my head, you may even know him. Captain Sin of the Imperial Army is my quarry. I must make him pay for that boy's life. You know him, clearly. Until now, I wasn't sure how I would approach him, but you may have provided the answer. If you help me, I know how I can reach Sin. You need merely to escort me to his station by the gate. A subdued prisoner could get close enough to deal with Sin. Once I have dealt with him, you shall have your bounty. I couldn't let you be implicated in my final murder. Let's go write an ending to my tale.
What is the meaning of this?
Hello, my love. Or should I call you by your rank now, Captain Sin? Surely it's been a very long time.
Aishi, what are you doing here? You're a wanted criminal. You can't be here.
It's time I paid for my crimes.
Well, it's good to see our new bounty hunter was able to bring you in. Frankly, Aishi, I thought you'd fight to the death. You were this weak.
No, I was weak. Otherwise, I would have ignored you by the river. I'm going to pay for my crimes. But there's one thing I have to do first. I have to kill you.
What? No! Guards!
Your men will be dead before they can get within 3 paces of me, Captain. Don't order them to their deaths. I already owe you 1 lifetime of pain. Do not bring more than that upon yourself.
She's mad! She means to kill me! You protect me! I'll double the bounty! Damn you both! You're both going to waste away between worlds! I'll make sure the underworld won't take your rotting corpses!
Sin is dead. Dead like that poor boy we let wash away. I should have made him suffer more. Stranger, I cannot thank you enough. I have touched 1,000 lives with my crimes, and yet now I feel some peace. It is time my story ended. I have only one more favor to ask. Face me now and grant me an honor. No, there is no honor left for me. Just grant me an end. You can't be the one to let Aishi the Mournful Blade walk free. That would cast undeserved suspicion upon you, and that crime I will not commit. Face me, and let this battle be glorious enough that the city will talk of it for generations.
Paralyzing palm. Staff.
Here, take this. It's something Aishi would have wanted you to have, I think. I hate for a good deed to go unrewarded. Ha! There's little reward in a good deed, and just the opposite for those who walk the low path. I know that better than most. Aishi, the Mournful Blade, was my daughter. My daughter's life was nothing but pain. Her crimes were a way to forget for a while. I think she must have found some peace now, and I can finally rest. It has been too long since I turned away from the Water Dragon's embrace. You couldn't tell? A spirit monk? Ah, but you are not fully trained, and I have refused to let any part of myself slip away. One of your kind came for me many years ago. I told her that I wanted to see my daughter grow up, and she allowed me to stay. Your kind were shepherds of the dead, but that never meant you were heartless. She said one day another of her order would come for me. Ironic, really. I died before the gates to the underworld closed, but I couldn't let go of my daughter. I worried for her, and rightly so, but I think she will find peace now. Every ghost slips into madness over time, but some of us have a reason not to. We can fight back the longing and despair for a time. I will wait. What choice do I have? I know the underworld is cut off, but I must try to fight through the despair and anger. I have some idea of what you face. Take my best wishes as you try to set things right. I have waited for more than 2 decades. I can wait a bit more, and now I have a reason to smile.
Good day again. You've done a great deal to aid me. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. I've got some interesting items if you'd like to see them.
Vuoquampa sa ir apa api. Nisiso ir.
A triumph all around. This Outlander cannot ignore how complete your victory was.
The grave digging. What do you need? Of course he was dead. The family wouldn't exactly have given me a live man to bury, now would they? That would be unprofessional. Can't have stuff like that getting around. You, dealt with the problem, though? Well, that's good, I guess. As long as I'm not giving any refunds, of course. Here's what I promised you. Business has been more lively lately with you around. A little gravedigger humor there, see? Lively? I'm good. Drop by anytime. If I ever see a spirit that needs to be put back down again, I'll seek you out.
Legendary skill.
Ah, I was told to expect a new recruit, and you fit the description. Well done braving the necropolis. A troublesome walk, but it weeds out the weak. I am the Watcher, and this is the fortress of the Lotus Assassins. It was built amid the graves of 1,000 generations, the tomb of the Emperor at its core. Come, I will show you to the Hall of Induction. If you have servants, they will be allowed to accompany you, but you are responsible for their actions. Formed from the defunct Order of the Lotus Assassins are an extension of the Emperor, as dictated by Death's Hand, and implemented by Grand Inquisitor Jade. Thanks to her direction, we are becoming the face of power in the Empire. The Imperial Army will soon be stationed only at taverns and fish markets. The great Golem army constructed here will spread across the Empire. Our masters will be all-powerful. You will assist if you survive. Weak recruits die quickly. Master Gang is one of our trainers. He will be your master as you seek to become an assassin. He is harsh, but his knowledge will be invaluable to you. You will find him at the opposite end of the Hall of Induction, near the entrance to the central chambers. Do not keep him waiting. What would you like to know? Death's Hand is the one who brings us the will of the Emperor, but Grand Inquisitor Jade rules in his absence. Death's Hand rules us all. We obey him in all things, for he is the will of the Emperor. There is no more to tell. Our lives are his. Grand Inquisitor Jade is the foremost acolyte of Death's Hand. She was one of the first converted from the old Order of the Lotus, and she is fearsome in her power. You would be wise to never even give the appearance of challenging her. She takes offense easily, and even masters have been killed for displeasing her. She is not found by just anyone. Excel in your tasks, and perhaps you will be blessed with her attention. Fail, and you will be cursed with it. Go to your teacher, Acolyte. Do not keep him waiting. The far end of the hall, at the entrance to the central chambers.
So does this place belong to Death's Hand or the Emperor? Maybe Mr. Gong can say who is building these clay men.
Kop awuka inir, o afawapi, ithaturo turo uk. Uk niknak ir kärlek no yok, wo knik fetayi.
With the rise of the golems, we acolytes have fewer opportunities to serve. You are unwelcome.
Kop awuka inir, o afawapi, ithaturo turo uk.
We are losing status to the Golem army, and you want to take more attention away from us? I think you need to prove your worth.
Bullies will meet the Guardian. Or worse.
Wuwir aki fika hirir, honi afafatir? Kauru su ir tata si ir uyu, Pearson si ir no u, kupki tir sun urk. O kiro fir nir niki pra.
More blood to stain my hands. A badge of honor.
Legendary paralyzing palm. Staff.
tinir sasi ir yawak orui.
So, there is no discouraging you. You have come to the heart of the assassins, and you already have enemies. Are you certain you are ready for what you will learn here? I don't think the choice is yours anymore. This is my realm, where my demons hide. You will be forced to see them. You have shown little interest in my warnings, but now you will see. Whose side is worthy of having me? Is your motivation so clear now that you walk these halls? Go. Your new master is waiting. Secure a place near the heart of the assassins, and you will be near your goal. Grand Inquisitor Jia is key.
So is he a friend or not? Let's hurry and get out of here. This place holds bad feelings.
Time to bloody my axes.
Ukia kupabiti te soki kustan fatiwe ia kune usote tate ia? Unoa ia sususatia sonsifonia sonsi ifog. O ifo ia uksonko noko isonsia. Kone uk noea kup sa ia sisia su ukot. O ifo ia uk sonko noko isonsia. Could kosi wiwa ia wo no hia ifo wia o tau wiki no. Ni wo sosawa ia wa tasi no ni. Ikakahia. Epafa. Ukia. Wo. Kon. Oi. Could kosi viva ja won. Epa. kosi viva ia won. Okay. Oi? Wo kuka kita sumpono? Sathwa kawa ia ithiak? Ika kahia wo no kaki? Ni...
You are falling behind, gang. Grand Inquisitor Xia is not happy, therefore I am not happy. If your work does not improve, I will have to stop taking credit for it. The latest battalion of golems stand idle because of you. If the production of the Jade golem is delayed again, perhaps your soul will fuel our next attempt. I trust I have made myself clear.
Yes, Master Shin.
I thought so. Do not let anything delay you further. It would be a shame to once more remind Grand Inquisitor Xia how incompetent you are. Yes, an absolute shame.
What do you want? So help me, if you're just some wandering slave, I'll have you butchered to color the clay golems. Wait, no. You are the one I was told to expect. A new recruit. As if I don't have enough trouble watching over the other fools in my care. Your best is no longer the limit of what we expect, despite what you have achieved elsewhere. You will be reconstructed into the perfect obedient slave. If you survive, then you will be an assassin. For now, you are a Lotus Acolyte, and your life expectancy is not long. Follow me down to the central chambers when you are ready to begin your indoctrination. Do not keep me waiting. A battalion of golems stand idle. Damn the heavens for the fools I lead. I am destined to suffer for their incompetence, and I have one man to blame for it. Shin. The old Scorpion had one of his followers shatter a spirit shard during training. There are ghosts everywhere. I've lost 8 slaves and 3 acolytes to them. You, New Blood, get over there and occupy those ghosts until I can get real Lotus assassins to clean them up. Golem production cannot be delayed by this.
He's mean. I can tell already.
Go on. It's your first sacrifice for your new life. I'm sure it will be glorious.
Scum like you crawls out of the gutter every few minutes. Go away, trash.
Another of Gong's weakling acolytes headed to the slaughter. How many of the ghosts killed so far?
11, 12, does it matter? Worthless as one, worthless as a...
Go on, then. Let's see how you fare. We'll need to sluice the blood out of there by the time they... Go on. Join your other useless acolytes in death.
Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowin na wafta tasieruk. On we pifir.
Greetings, young Lotus Acolyte. I am the Keeper of the Archive. What can this humble servant of the Order do for you? Our Order has existed for 20 years. I have chronicled our new role and rise to glory. Much is mundane, minor shifts in power, the results of various campaigns. True secrets are held only in the minds of Grand Inquisitor Gia and Death's Hand. I will answer within the limits of what someone of your ranking is. You are permitted to know that Death's Hand returned from Dirge as the Emperor's trusted confidant after all others around him proved to be traitors. After defeating the drought, the Emperor was no longer a slave to the natural order of things. He needed utterly loyal disciples to replace and kill doubters. The Order of the Lotus was quickly transformed from its weak role under Prince Qin. Death's Hand was the new way, and those who disagreed were destroyed. All who did were killed, except one who first hid his doubt. On a mission to cleanse a traitor's family, he rejected Death's Hand and turned on his fellows. The bodies were unrecognizable. More have died to him over the years, but few remain who know his face. He was our most skilled, most vicious, and most hated. He escaped death, But there is no greater penalty for a Lotus assassin than to be removed from the sight of Death's hand in our Emperor. No doubt many of his years have been worse than death. Once you are truly indoctrinated, you will know the hunger to serve that such loyalty brings. His name is not spoken to the acolytes. You must understand that to oppose Death's hand is to lose all connection to your masters. Even if you live, you do not exist. There are few fates worse than being reduced to nothing. Lotus assassins can belong nowhere else. Service to Death's hand is your life. Master Gong has been lax in indoctrinating you. No doubt he wants to make use of your fiery disposition before stripping you of it. Soon you will have nothing else but your life here. Your role as a Lotus assassin leaves no room for... Goodbye, Acolyte.
Legendary strike. Legendary strike. Your end is near. Legendary strike. Stunning mark. Legendary strike. Your end is Legendary strike.
Time to bloody my axes.
You live? And the ghosts are gone? Well, I did not expect this. It would seem that I have a competent acolyte for once. Interesting. Recruits are rarely of use before we strip them of their outside identities, but you beg a more interesting application. Could you be the one I have waited for? Your duties would normally include a period of deprivation in a cell until every hint of self and identity was stripped away. It is a draining, brutal awakening. I need a favored protege, someone willing to risk everything in my service. I will preserve your intellect, allow your inventive mind to remain, in exchange for 2 tasks. One is your duty anyway. The other is something to secure your future at the heart of the Assassins. Lotus acolytes are utterly expendable. You deserve better. You must operate the soul extractor, past the room where you fought the ghosts. In the coming weeks, you will help swell the ranks of the Empire's glorious Golem army. Golems are fueled by the souls of the dead. The recently dead, it turns out, make far more obedient and powerful golems, especially if brutally killed. We no longer mind the necropolis for souls that linger near their resting place. We butcher slaves instead, and extract their souls into spirit shards. Tonight we require a shard of exceptional quality for a Jade Golem that will control the latest battalion of golems. You will oversee this in the extraction chamber. You clearly deserve better than the short life of a regular acolyte. Your ability surprised me. Use it to surprise the others as well. Help me gain the power to help you. Kill Master Shin, my superior. No. Losing an exceptionally talented servant like you is of no benefit to me. Even if acolytes are expendable, they die often in the machinations between masters.
He thinks we will die. That means there will be fighting. I like him.
The politics of the Lotus Assassin Order are complicated. It's all right if murder is suspected, so long as it appears deserved because of incompetence. That is your task to figure out, Acolyte. This is a dangerous place. Find a way for him to have an accident that disgraces him. I, of course, must not be implicated. Talk to my acolytes at their stations, in the Golem Press Room and the Soul Extractor. These are dangerous machines. Find a sharp corner Shin can crack his temple on. Return to me when you have an idea for an appropriate accident. I don't care what it is, as long as there is a corpse for me to gloat over in the end. Proceed, but do not... I will hear you. Golems are utterly obedient, but that does not mean that they are always easy to control. In great numbers, there can be discord. Jade Golems are infused with spirit shards made of multiple souls. They are highly ordered servants, and they serve as pacifiers for the other Golems. 1 or 2 Golems can be controlled by will alone, but an army requires these Jade intermediaries to maintain order. Such numbers are dangerous without a lieutenant. Shards infuse the Golems with life. Souls are extracted from the vessel that holds them, whether a corpse or a slave, and sealed within a crystal shard. The more recent and brutal the death, the more effective the Golem. Our soul extraction process is deliberately painful. Essence gems are trinkets that can focus minimal amounts of chi. There are very few people who can make use of them effectively. I do not know. Hundreds? More? Many are here, waiting for a Jade Golem to command them. In the end, we will replace the weaklings of the Imperial Army entirely. Imagine it, Acolyte. An army of loyal, nearly indestructible golems, dedicated to enforcing the will of the Emperor under death's hand. A beautiful sight. Remember your tasks, Acolyte. Create a spirit shard in the extraction chamber for the Jade Golem, and find a... You can also seek training from Acolyte Trainer Guang. I'm sure you are her superior, but she might have something of use to you.
An acolyte of Gong's, hmm? So am I. Let's identify what training you...
Let's keep it non-lethal for now. We'll find you have enough enemy... Good. Remember, no killing blows. I'm sure...
Paralyzing call! Legendary strike! I saw! Paralyzing call! Stab!
Well, you would appear to have more than a passing knowledge of combat. I could almost see some kind of flaw, but I was clearly outclassed.
Yes, you were. I knew this acolyte was something special, but I didn't think my trainer would be made to look like a fool. You, New Blood, you will be the trainer now. When I am promoted, you will train all my acolytes. You, assist her, if you can even do that.
It would seem that you have taken over my duties. I will still serve as an advisor, as Master Gong ordered. There are techniques I can share. In truth, I did not like being a trainer. Life for any of Master Gong's acolytes is rough and short, but especially so for trainers. Master Shin sees to that. My duties, your duties now, include training Master Shin's personal entourage. In the past, if a trainer was too good, Shin had that trainer killed to keep Gong weak. I think one member of his entourage is a full Lotus assassin. I have survived by appearing unimportant and staying out of the fight between Gong and Shin. You are supposed to train the attendants in his entourage. Some need it, but if you seem too skilled, your next fight will be against the hidden Lotus assassin. Besides, it wouldn't weaken Shin for long. I suppose he would be alone and more vulnerable if he had to fight right away, but he will replace them in time. Accidents happen, and even the attendants in his entourage are just acolytes, and therefore are utterly expendable. There would not be much fuss. However, you would probably find yourself training the hidden Lotus assassin in the next bout. Any skilled acolytes under Gong are quickly disposed of. You're in a hurry to make enemies, aren't you? Very well. Master Shin has a new attendant in his own. She is replacing one of the acolytes who did not return from Tian's Landing. There was no explanation. I assume he was weak and was discarded. You can find her and all of the other attendants by the doors to the inner chambers. They wait there for when Shin leaves to inspect new slave shipments. I have learned a number of techniques.
You approach the soul extractor. The assassins want you to create a spirit shard, to crush a life to power a golem puppet. They are very efficient in their brutality now. It wasn't always like this. Fear used to be the primary tactic. Destroy the family of one to ensure the loyalty of all. It caused chaos, uprisings, close allies turning on each other. Those inclined to betrayal fear it the most. Imagine if you could corrupt the machine and return the chaos of disloyalty the Emperor dreads. No matter your motives, helping the assassins harms you. If you corrupt the spirit shard, you can move forward while also crippling their golems. They seek control. There used to be a chance to disobey when the order given was too harsh. The victims pointlessly innocent. Now there is only obedience. There is something chaotic enough to disrupt that. In the elevator room to come, descend to the deepest mine, to the oldest graves. Just go. The thieves await you. Remember, the deepest mines. They are closed now for being too troublesome. That is where you will find what you need.
You must be Master Gong's latest acolyte. I heard there might be a new recruit, but they typically aren't ready for service so quickly. Stripping a will can take time. But Master Gong is known for being generous to those who please him. You must be quite exceptional to be allowed into service so directly. This device is the Soul Extractor. It has a loftier name, but we are here to glorify Emperor Sun through Death's hand, not pay tribute to some distant celestial lord. It is mounted on an elevator that reaches deep into the necropolis. Until recently, we excavated bodies to extract spirits that lingered near their graves. The results were unpredictable. Now we use slaves. Freshly killed spirits make the best golems. The more painful the death, the better. The extractor is not gentle.
I suppose it puts them to use, but it's not really the way to treat a fallen enemy.
The soul extractor certainly kills whatever is placed within it, but little is left of the victim, so you cannot prove they did not belong there. Only a spirit shard remains. The golem press is far more dangerous, but I have nothing to do with that ungainly device. I prefer the elegance of ripping slaves apart. Then you should select a suitable victim for the procedure. I would recommend one of the slaves on the prison level. Selecting from elsewhere could bring unfortunate results, and I would not wish to see you disgraced so early in your time with us. Use the lever to select a floor, and this platform will move there. You are free to go where you wish, but I would avoid the lower mines. They are restless. The older tombs have spirits that have festered in their hatred for ages. They are not easily controlled. That is why we use slaves to power the golems now. As well, the mines are simply not stable. Tombs can collapse, so we take care not to move too many golems at once, to avoid shaking the foundations of the fortress. You should get on with your work. Grand Inquisitor Gia is growing impatient for the Jade Golem to be completed. Select a suitable victim and create a spirit shard. dead set on losing your life down with those tombs, I won't stop you. I won't save you either.
Hold malevolent spirits from a time when the Empire nearly fell. Chaotic and powerful, they hunger for revenge.
Staff! Legendary strike! Spirit! Spirit!
The assassins use slaves for their golems now, in part because of tombs like this. That was a remnant of the old empire, the spirit of an ancient invading horse lord. Zheng Sai, the tree that defies the fire, was one of many that threatened to level the imperial city. The spirit monks, your people, stopped them, or so they claimed. I gambled that the vengeful spirits of these marauders would sense if you truly are a spirit monk. So many people are not what they seem to be. I had to be certain. I had to be certain. I won't trouble you much longer. Now that you have disrupted Zheng Sai's spirit, you can take his body from his grave and use it in the extractor. Even in life, his kind were devoid of restraint. His spirit is pure chaos. A shard made using his ancient corpse will cripple the Jade Golem and those it commands. When you finish your master's other task, present the shard to earn passage to the inner chambers. Inside is the information you need to proceed to the palace. I, however, will not be leaving. I will make that plain soon enough. Appease your master. When you are ready to enter the inner chambers, I will tell you why your success is so important. This fortress holds many secrets. Some are valuable, some are dangerous, and some are hidden because the dark is where they belong.
don't care who you are!
Paralyzing power! Staff!
Who are you? Some new acolyte? I've seen a lot of your kind. I watch over the slaves you deliver to the extracted. The inevitability of their deaths is amusing. Haven't even earned your markings yet, I see. Master Gong must be... like... They come from across the Empire. Some are brought from the south, some from the poor quarters of the city. Others are those who have merely spoken ill of us.
This is how you hold.
Their lives before don't matter. Only... You tread dangerous ground, acolyte. Unless you plan to speed their process...
Yeah, remember?
You demand it? You are clearly not here as an acolyte.
Paralyzing power! Legendary strike!
You have given us a chance. Please let us out. We are free, if only for a little while. There are sure to be other guards. Thank you for what you have done, but I'm not sure where to go now.
The mine! The smaller one, remember? Before they stopped digging out the graves, there was light from the surface coming in. I heard someone got away once. I don't know if they made it out of the necropolis, but it is a chance.
Thank you. I did not expect to find a kind soul in this place.
Oh, kakawaii uksa kopi ia taka ano. Kawi kipo. Utarawi ia. Ukiti samir nawukuk wupa. Nara ir uk napir som kut usatitir. Wo ofno aklatinir sas.
Legendary strike. Paralyzing palm. Legendary strike. Staff. Paralyzing palm. Staff.
So, you are the new trainer. You think you have something to show us? Master Shin has us test.
But not too skilled. Am I your next student? I assure you, I am more than capable. Oh, don't worry about me. Worry about yourself. Let's move this fight.
Paralyzing palm. Feel. Your head is near. Staff.
The life of an acolyte is forfeit when they walk into this place, yes. But for one of Gong's ragged minions to do this...
Do you think you can make such an insult and disguise it as a simple training?
If you are ready, trainer, your next student is waiting. It is my task to make it...
Master Shin is our guiding light. We serve his glory, and through him, we will come to serve Grand Inquisitor Jade.
Our loyalty is absolute. You would know...
My skills are above question. Gong is about to lose another of his pitiful...
Paralyzing palm. Ice shot.
You killed Kai Feng? But he was fully trained.
Such insolence will not go unpunished. We'll make an example of you soon enough. Your corpse will be dragged before your master.
But Kai Feng was a full assassin. How could he have fallen?
Shut up! This fool will pay.
You'll see.
Lotus Acolyte of God, we must make an example of you. You have insulted. We must